Hey everybody, welcome back to more Lunar 2, Eternal Blue Complete, where last time we defeated Galleon with the power of humanity. Yeah, Galleon has been dead for a very, very long time, and he had plenty of time to think on his actions. And when he was revived by Zophar, kinda was devious behind the scenes and helped us out along the way. So yeah, him having to save Zophar, he kinda went poof. But now with our power of humanity, we now have MP again, so I'm gonna make sure to equip the right thing on Leo this time and actually give him the one that I wanted to give him. I wanna give him this so he has thunder and fire magic combination. Because he already has earth magic. I don't know why I equipped earth on him, but now he has like pretty decent stuff going on over here. That's plenty good. But he also has earth prayer, which will be nice for increasing his attack and defense and plundering HP as well. We use these on like Galleon. It kinda helped a little bit. Past that, Ronfar is definitely not gonna be having that on. He's gonna have, I wanna give him earth just in case, because Leo is, unfortunately, slow. So we kind of would just do this, give him some earth and water combination magic to give him some decent stuff there. Well, yes, Lamina does have water magic already. Having more options is nice. And a lot of stuff is actually weak to earth here, so just having earth on will be kind of good. Everybody seems to be good. I do want to make one change to Lamina, though. You actually are going to have the earth staff equipped just so you can do a little bit more damage with earth, so yeah, I don't really want to be wasting my MP here because there's no Althena statue in this place. If you want to use Althena's help to get you more MP, the only one you have available to you is on the Destiny. Which means one thing, going through this final dungeon, how long it is, if you need to heal at all, like your MP, if you're down on MP reserves, you don't want to be using Starlights or Seal Lights, use the White Dragon Wings, get out of there, do that, heal up, and you fight everything along the way again. It's nice to level up, but yeah, this place is kind of big and kind of annoying because of that, but it is a final dungeon after all. Speaking of final dungeons, we also have new enemies to deal with. That was a nice noise. All right, so our first new enemies are the Snatcher and the Megastar. So the Megastar, unfortunately, they're not doing their other animation, but they have two different animations. If they're just kind of standing here like this, they'll just whack somebody for decent damage. They're not really gonna do too much. If a little star is revolving around it, it's gonna launch that star at somebody and just do some good damage. Also, Leo, please, I forgot about your stupid formation. I need to fix that. I'll do that after this battle. But yeah, they are not weak to pretty much anything. They're resistant to all magic, even poison, sleep, paralysis, that kind of thing. The Snatcher, on the other hand, is weak to earth. It's resistant to pretty much all elements, like poison, sleep, paralysis, confusion, those kind of elements, not magic ones. Sorry, bleh. Slip of the tongue. But yes, if this is just kind of sitting here like this, he's just going to attack somebody. But if his arms are like bounding up and down and his stomach is like inflating a little bit, it's going to just shoot his guts out at somebody. He's going to walk over and go bleh, and then give him paralysis. It's kind of gross. But either way, what we're going to do is we're just going to attack flat out with pretty much everybody. We don't really want to waste our MP yet, just early on. Lamina is going to use her Earth Staff on this one here, and then Leo is just going to kind of back her up a little bit because by the time that this thing is alive, yeah, we'll see how this goes.
I'll take care of this.
A little bit of damage there, not a lot, but it is something. Thank you for that crit. No crit. You got one crit, that's all. That's nice. Ow. Ow. Whack. Whack. And it's gone, and whack. And now, Ronfar go bonk and bonk. Leo. Yeah, you should be able to reach. All right, well, let's fix that now because I meant to put Leo on the front. All right, let's fix my blunder because I always forget that Leo always messes up my formation. So you are gonna go back here. 1, 2, 3. You're going here. You're gonna go here. 1, 2, 3. And then Leo's gonna go up front. That way you can actually reach things. There. All right, we're good to go. Let's continue forward. We get a silver light. They are definitely gonna come in handy indeed. I have, I think, 9 of them now. Yeah, I have 9 of them. So it's gonna be very, very helpful. Also, I don't know why I bought these in the last episode. I have this thing. It's because it didn't work that I forgot about it. But yeah, it does work now in this dungeon. But also, this place is kind of a maze. So we have like, oh, hey, a dead end going on. Let me get rid of this thing while we're at it. All right, that went down rather easily. And the next enemy over here is gonna be the same ones we just dealt with. And moving onward, we have a way up here that we can go that leads to another dead end, unfortunately. So that's kind of annoying. But yeah, there are a lot of enemies to deal with. Here's another one that completely missed me somehow. You gonna try again? There we go. I helped you out a little bit. So yeah, that gut spilling move that the thing does do a lot of damage. So we're gonna heal that with 2 of these. There we go. And past that, I can just start using herbs. Because this place is big. You don't want to waste too many of your items, just save them. But use your weak ones first if you have to. Hello, new enemy. That missed me somehow. The Crazy Crab is the new enemy of this battle. This battle is not terribly hard. It is weak to wind, fire, water, lightning, and earth, so pretty much all the elements. Knowing that, it's kind of resistant to physical attacks with the magic applied to them. Sleep, poison, paralysis, confusion. So just hit them with earth since you have the earth thing, the snatcher right there. Yeah, just use earth since they're like right next to each other. Past that, we could attack them, but it doesn't really do too much. When its arms are like going crazy like this, it's going to hit magic on everybody for a lot of damage. The nice thing is you can just hit it with like 2 weak magic attacks. It's fine. You can get rid of it that easily. It's not that big of a deal. But when it's not going crazy like this, it's just going to hit somebody. So yeah, just keeping that in mind, we're going to go back towards these ones. Zophar is actually going to use a little bit of... That won't reach, really? All right. Well, since it is weak to everything, I could use this. It's not terribly bad when it comes to magic cost. And then you're going to go over here, and you are going to actually hit it with your staff. And then Leo could do something, but he's rather slow, so just attack.
I'll take care of this.
All right. 1 down. Ew. Let's get rid of that one there. 3 hits.
This is good, watch.
Really? That thing's still alive? Well, it's dead now. All right. Thing that sucks about that encounter is that it leads to a dead end. So I was like, yay, I fought all that for nothing. But yeah, let's heal up a little bit. I don't need to worry too much about my MP at the moment. It's only like in the first room. If I really need to, I could heal up. Speaking of healing. Yeah, my experience is like still low enough that I could probably do a little bit more before I decide to maybe leave once or twice. Yeah, all we gotta do is just head right over here and find another one of them. And continuing onward. Really? You're gonna miss me? That's fine. All right, let's grab this while we're at it. Another silver light. Yeah, they definitely are coming in handy indeed. And we finally get to the next floor. Where this next floor is, yeah, kind of crazy. This floor takes kind of forever to get through. And the biggest reason why I say that is that this place is filled with just even more dead ends. So yeah, just navigating around these little thin tunnels just to find your actual way around, kind of hard. But it's not all bad, because yes, this area has like a couple weird stair locations going on, but you definitely do want to go up them. Because they have these switches. You hit the switch, and then you just go right back down, and the way forward is open for you. But before we do that, we have a little down here with a new enemy. Hades! Guess what he's weak to? Ice, yes. He's resistant to physical attacks, fire obviously, sleep, poison, confusion, and paralysis. Hades, which can be kind of slightly annoying, honestly goes down rather quickly. They always attack last, so you don't have to worry about it. Just smack on Vice, and yeah, easy kills. But if they're just standing there not really doing anything, they're just gonna punch somebody twice. And if the back is lit on fire, he's gonna hit one character for lots of fire damage. So if you have fire protection of any sort, you're good there. Past that, we're just gonna attack this thing here. Let's see, I do have some form of ice, so I can do this. And then you can go over here, attack this one. Lamina, while yes, she has earth, I am just going to use ice arrows on it to try to get rid of this one. And then you are actually gonna use rock cobra on this thing here. Because I'm more worried about the Hades than I am worried about the Snatcher. All right. Ow. And ow, I still hope I can reach that. Good. 1, 2, and 3. And now Ice Pick.
Ice Blast! Kneel and perish.
All right, that ought to do it. And guess what that new enemy led to? A dead end. Fun times. So actually, let's make sure I am good and healed. I'm going to use one of these. That should be more than enough. And everybody else is okay. I don't have to worry about it too much at the moment. So I got one of you to fight. And honestly, you're not that big of a deal. And this chest right here gives us the Fiend Ring. This can come in handy, but there are some very big drawbacks for wearing it. The Fiend Ring, if I could find where it's at in my menu. There it is. Increases both types of defense. But, yes, that defense gain and magic defense gains are amazing. But, your HP is brought down to 1. So, while yes, you do get great defense gains out of it, you basically need to heal that character right away in order to make use of it, because they're gonna be at 1 and they get hit once, they're pretty much done. Which kind of stinks, but it can actually be slightly useful if you really think about it. Just heal somebody with like a passion fruit or something like that, you're good to go. Because it doesn't bring you down to 1 every turn. You just heal it and you're fine. Grab another Silverlight and find another one of you. And Leo gains a level 52. But he's paralyzed, so he doesn't really get the gains out of it. I mean, he does. I'm just making a joke. All right, let me make sure to top everybody off with some herbs. Yeah, I think Leo kind of took the brunt of that because he got hit with a paralysis gut spewing attack twice that battle. Hello. Hello. There we go. All right, there we go. Now that Jean is still kind of good on her MP, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap her out for a little bit more defense, maybe. What do I want to give her? No, I'll just pop that on. And Ronfar has kind of been using the most MP as it is, so how about I go over to Ronfar, and instead of that, I'm going to make it so you can get some MP back every turn, just so we have like some extra MP just coming in without me wasting items. Once I could find where it's at. There it is. There we go. And moving on. Because honestly, when you have like one enemy left that's like just the one guy, it goes pretty easily. You can defend and take less damage than it can do to you. All right, and now before we continue any further, I need to hit that switch up above. So let me just hit this up here. Right over here. Clicky, clicky. And go straight back down. As you can tell, there's also enemies up there too that we gotta worry about, which, yeah, like I said, there are a lot of enemies. But thankfully, we have some weak ones right here. Thank you, Ruby. I was getting my health and MP back. That's fine. I made more than enough difference there. I'll just grab this while we're at it, the life jewel. And then this over here leads to another dead end, so yay. Just got to go around over here instead. And we can go over here, which has another Hades, but yeah, it looks like we had to go that way, so hello. All right, that done, another dead end. And another Hades. All right, let's see. We have a way forward. Looks like that's locked over there. There's another pathway over here. So let's just go over here for the moment. Because we gotta go up both paths anyway. So this one right over here. Yeah, there's multiple little electric fields that we gotta get rid of. So just right over here, hit this button. And that's one of them down. We need to go back down and go back around in order to get the other ones. So we just go straight down here. A little bit more down. And then through this little crevice here, and then up this one, and then find another Hades. All right, moving on. Hello there. Are we really gonna do this? Can you? There we go. All right, and let's see. Over here is a dead end, so not that way. And over on this side is the way forward. Well, part of the way forward anyway. We need to hit the switch regardless. So, Oh, was I not close enough? There we go. There we go. And then we just go back down the way we came. And now we can head up. And hero gains a level 53. Which is nice, but I need to heal after that one. That kind of hurt a lot. I'm just going to do, you know, I'm just going to do a tranquil just so I get everybody at least a little bit up to snuff a little bit. It's not a lot of MP, and I can get that back in a couple turns anyway. So now we finally have access to this floor proper, which is slightly annoying because there's still dead ends to deal with. But thankfully, since all the little alcoves in the center there are just areas we've been in to hit switches, just kind of need to figure out our way around. And now there's multiple paths we can take. We could either go right or left. They pretty much lead to the exact same area. The only difference is that there's just enemy encounters and such. And Jean gains a level 53. Lamina gains a level 53. All right, moving on. More enemies to deal with. And Zophar gains a level 53. The most annoying thing about this floor, like I mentioned before, the dead ends, but there's no treasure chests anywhere, and there's just tons of enemies on this floor, especially in groups of 2 like this, that do take a little bit to get rid of, and your resources will be dwindling down unless you sit there and just leave one enemy and just constantly defend until you just get all your MP back. But if you don't have that and your options are just dwindling down with all your MP usage, you can use the pajama trick to just run everywhere. But avoiding the enemies, honestly, is not a good idea because you do want to have decently high level. I would recommend level 54, give or take level 53, 54, that kind of range for this final dungeon. If you're below that, you can just leave at any time using the white dragon wings. It makes it easy. Just don't use your items and just rely on the Althena statue. Just keep going through until you get around that level. It'll be easier. You'll just get further and further as you go. But now that we're done with that, welcome to the second half of the dungeon with even more new enemies to deal with. This isn't that big of a deal, but if you're able to reach this point, you might be able to start using some of your items here and there. Just don't use too many of them. I wouldn't waste your silver lights even yet. Still, I would still save those just in case. They're final boss stuff. But now for new enemies. Okay, they're all doing the really strong attack. That's a little bit of an uh-oh. Yes, we have 4 new enemies. The Lunar Seed, the Fire Seed, Spark Seed, as well as the Mace Masher. I keep wanting to say Mage Masher because I'm kind of used to that in other games. But they're swinging around their mace. If they're swinging around their mace, they're going to go up to somebody and just go whack, 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 and just do a lot of damage. If not, they're just going to hit somebody twice. They're resistant to confusion, paralysis, poison, sleep, but they're weak to pretty much all elemental magic, so just use magic on them. You could attack them, but These, on the other hand, are kind of the antithesis of them. We have the Lunar Seed, as well as the Fire Seed and the Spark Seed. The Lunar Seed, we'll start off with that one, is weak to lightning, but they are resistant to pretty much all those statuses I just mentioned, as well as earth. If they're shining like this, they're going to do their respective elemental magic. So we got the earth, lightning, and fire. If they're not flashing like that, the Lunar Seed will hit somebody and poison them. The Spark Seed will hit somebody and paralyze them, while the Fire Seed will hit somebody and charm them. That's pretty much all you gotta worry about. The Lunar Seed weak to lightning, the Fire Seed weak to wind and water, and the Spark Seed weak to water and earth. So knowing that, just use what they're weak to. Otherwise, you can just attack them outright. It's not that big of a deal. You can just attack them, maybe get off a good icicle break, do a ton of damage there, and then just go up and like whack one of them or something. And if you want, you could just hit something like just do a little bit of good damage like that, and then so on and so forth.
I'll take care of this.
Yeah, like I said, hitting them, you do a decent chunk of damage. So it's not that big of a deal. You can get rid of them with like 3 good solid hits. Meanwhile, these things, on the other hand, they're kind of resistant to that, but the icicle break is going to do a decent chunk of damage to them.
This is good. Watch.
There we go, one more enemy left. And we're good to go. Now that we got rid of that one, let's actually head in this direction over here because we have a chest which has a life jewel in it. We can head up, but it's gonna lead the same way I'm going to later anyway, so we're just gonna head in this direction for the moment because we have another new enemy to deal with. This thing right here. We have the wind seed to deal with. The wind seed will sit there and mute somebody, which can be a little annoying if they're like in the small form. Otherwise, since they're big like this, they're going to just do wind magic on them. They're weak to fire and earth and resistant to wind as well as all those statuses from before, so don't even worry about it. You can just go up and attack them, just do all the strong magic. In this case, I'm just gonna do this since like 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be stronger. And we're pretty much good there. And I'm just gonna attack you, and then you go over here.
I'll take care of this.
A little overkill for one enemy, but it works. And there we go. Zophar getting a little low on MP, but it's okay. I'm probably just gonna heal during a battle anyway. We have another new enemy to deal with. If I could actually, there we go. The Ice Seed. The Ice Seed is the blue variant of all the other ones. If they're lit up like this one is over here, they're gonna hit somebody with ice. If they're not, they're gonna go up to somebody, hit them, and put them to sleep. Which can be a little bit annoying. They're weak to fire, and they're resistant to water, of course, and all the other elements, so don't even worry about that. We can just go out and flat out attack them if we want. You know, the same usual stuff we have been doing. And then we're just gonna go up and then bam. And then meanwhile, let's see, green, we'll just hit that one, and then you can go over here and hit this one.
I'll take care of this.
This is good. Watch.
All right, a little overkill, but it works. And unfortunately for this path, it's a little bit of a dead end. So, yay for dead ends again. But yeah, just going right up this way over here. Go past this little green gem over here. Leads directly back to that path that we just took earlier, which led up to here next to the chest. So we just gotta go up from here. Right over here, we got another enemy to deal with. Before I get into the battle with him, let me take care of a little bit of something. There we go. And there we go. Time to move forward. Right up over this way. And heading up right over on this way is going to lead to another dead end, but it does have an enemy over there if you want to fight it, so go right ahead. So yep, shocker, another dead end. Now we gotta head down and around. Right over here. Straight down to another seed that somehow missed me. And right this way, past this big red gem, to another seed. And honestly, we have two paths. We can go up, or we can go over and go up. They kind of lead to the same area, so it's not that big of a deal. So if you want to get slightly more confused, there's another dead end over here that you shouldn't even bother with. But yeah, this right over here just leads right over to the path that we could have just gone like moments ago, because there's a little thing over there. And Leo gains the level 53. Going back to that path though, going straight down from here just leads back to where we were. So if you want even more confusion upon this place, you can just head down and be even more confused. If you want to go forward, you gotta go up from here, or you can go up from there. So there's multiple paths again. They both lead to the same place again. So you see that? Yeah, it can get maybe a little confusing just because of just how windy this area is. But we finally get to go up from here. which leads to another floor with another seed enemy. All right, and we have 2 paths we can go. We can go right over here. It leads down into like a little area with just nothing in it. Because of course, you kind of get it at this point. And then we have another path right over here, which has a new enemy. But before I fight this new enemy, I'm going to make sure, let's see. I'm gonna just kind of be up to snuff a little bit on my health, just in case. Because this thing is the toughest non-boss enemy in the game. All right, the Fiend Gate, and of course it's doing the exact attack. So, this thing is resistant to physical attacks as well as magic. It's huge, it does a lot of damage. So if it's not like, there's no head like it is now, it's gonna hit everybody in a straight line for a lot of damage. Most likely it'll be Hero, maybe Ronfar and Lamina. So you could defend to get around it, but I'm not gonna worry about it and go full out because it doesn't take as much damage from most things, but magic is better. So I could just go all out to start doing magic. You can steal Starlight from it, which is nice if you do need the MP. But the other attack it has, if its head's sticking out, it's just gonna go after somebody and just hit them. It's not that big of a deal. This attack is the one you gotta worry about. So, like I said, go full out with all the MP if you have any, and steal the Starlight if you don't.
Mega Magic Flame! Blue Dragon Palm!
Ferocious wind!
All right, that's unfortunate. This is gonna hurt. All right, let's kill this thing now, please. I'm just going to do a little bit of a post sword, do a little bit of damage. You do some damage. You do some damage. You do some damage, and you do some damage.
I'll take care of this.
And it's down, and we get about just slightly over 5,000 experience from it. I mean, of course, there's other enemies on the field too, but that's nothing to sneeze at since they're always paired with other enemies. It's just the Water Dragon Cave enemy, that big boat, gave you more experience, but still, 5,000 experience is 5,000 experience. Which is decent experience because I'm still not quite at the level I want to be, but there's still more enemies in this place to deal with. So, well, this one just blocked me off, and I'm in a dead end now, so I gotta fight it. All right, well, now that you're gone, we're gonna go down this way over here for another treasure chest, and another enemy, of course. But even though this path leads to a dead end, it is worth it because you get a silver light, which that should put me around 12. Yeah, I'm at 12 now. Yeah, having those is definitely useful, especially since I'm going to need them at some point because I'm running out of MP, but it's all good. So right down this way over here, get into another little short room. Another Mace Smasher. And continue down to another room, which just has 2 pathways. Pathway on the left leads to, you guessed it, another dead end. All winding dead ends, really slightly annoying. At least it's not rooms they go into that have nothing in them. That would be even more annoying. I would just go over to the left. And another. Every time, I swear. And we go up. With another Fiend Gate, I'm just gonna top off a little bit on my health just to make sure I'm good to go for that, just in case, because, you know, it could hit me with a really good attack. All right, with that one dead, we have a couple more paths, more enemies to deal with. And Hero gains a level 54, over 100 attack, finally. All right, got rid of those 2. And going up this way leads to, you guessed it, another dead end. There's only 2 more paths we can go to, and one straight down over here leads to our final dead end. Hooray! No more dead ends to deal with in this dungeon. Well, that's all well and good because one more Fiend Gate to deal with, which is actually wrong because it's 2 Fiend Gates to deal with. Yay! The reason I'm bothering to show this fight off in general is that it is the last encounter in this dungeon, which has 2 of the hardest enemies in the game in it. which means that your resources might be dwindling at this point. I mean, just look at Lamina's MP, for example. I have no MP. I could be using my Starlights in order to get the MP, but this is just a situation that you might find yourself in. So if you are in a spot of trouble at this point, you can still leave, but this is the final encounter of the dungeon. So you are near the end of the dungeon now, so just make sure if you can get through it and you have restorative items to get you back up to snuff, maybe save before you use them just in case. That way you have a save before you use the items and you're like, okay, do I need to use these or should I leave the dungeon and then heal up and then just make my way through the dungeon and just dodge everything on the way up? Try to get more levels here and there, just depending on how you feel about it. I need to get a little bit more levels, but it's not that big of a deal because once you go up this staircase that's coming up, okay, Leo's dead. Once you come up this staircase coming up and then go back down, every enemy respawns because you technically left the dungeon at that point, so you can grind off this one encounter that you will see immediately. Which is actually kind of nice that Leo did feign here because Miracle Litany does have a property in it that I do like. You know how Lamina goes first? She's still going to go first, but Miracle Litany also has the property of it goes first. So it's going to go right after that, which is nice. It's a quick little thing that, hey, I want to get somebody back up really quickly. I never really bothered using it that much because I don't really need to revive people that often, but just keeping that in mind if you need it at all, especially for the final battle coming up. As a tip I want to bring up is that Miracle Litany will revive somebody right away. Past that, yeah, I'm still dealing with 2 mirrors that are going to do a lot of damage really shortly because, ow, and don't. Okay, that's fine. Putting it on one character is okay with me because hitting one character means that you're not hitting like 3 or 4, especially since everybody else is in a line at the moment. So we'll just get rid of it, use Miracle Litany since it will go first at this point, and then everybody else can kind of just batch this thing up.
Thank God for miracles!
Okay, we're done. And Jean gains level 54. And that is the dungeon. If we just go straight up from here, there's a staircase. And if we go up that staircase, we're at the end. And if we go up from there, it's the final boss. So what we can do, I could make the safety save here just in case. Or I can just go up and then come back down in order to respawn the enemies in order to get the level 54s that I want. Mainly, I do want it with Ronfar since there is one more move I can learn with him. So just keeping that in mind, if you want to get level 54 in order to get that move, Ronfar is the last one that needs it at this point. So we're gonna head straight back down and make sure I get that level 54 before I continue on. Well, Lamina gains the level 54. Thank you. Great, Ronfar being dead was annoying. That's better. And Ronfar gains the level 54. The reason for this is because we finally get his last move, Cleansing Litany. All allies are cured of all conditions. And that is the final spell you can learn in the game through level up. So yeah, like I said before, all allies are cured of all conditions. If you have any issues, just pop that on. It's really good. Considering it only costs 18, it's not terrible. I don't really see myself needing it though, especially not now at the end game here. I don't know why it's the last move you get, but it is something. Either way, if you want to grind, you can grind. If you want to leave to do so, get the healing and then come back, you're good. But I'm good. I think I'm going to make use of all the Starlights I got. Before I do though, I want to show off a little bit of the Second City version of this dungeon. It's vastly different. The place is all messed up. You can actually tell that it's the guy's tower just going up through it. And as you go through it, you have to go down like these tunnels that bring you down and up and all that. Eventually bringing you to this teleporter where you get to this place where you gotta fight the 4 fiends again and get these crystals in order to unlock the way forward. The 4 fiends in the Second City version looking vastly different. Still no Athena statue, but Ruby can hold 72 items while each character can hold 12, so you can have a lot of Starlights if you want. But it does lead you to a place where you just go up this big staircase, which is where we're at now, actually. It's just vastly different. The Second City version of the game was kind of harder overall, but that's also working designs meddling with it a lot. I said it before and I'll say it again, both versions are fine, honestly. I have more nostalgia for this version. But, either way, next time on Azure Plays more Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete. Zophar awaits. I'll see y'all then.